Welcome back to Gav Goes In. Listen, I'm ready. I'm ready. Listen, you Arsenal fans, if you want to come in, listen, I'm going to be expecting you guys to talk your nonsense. But listen, you guys make it through to the Carabao Cup Final, beating Chelsea 1-0. Obviously, old boy Kai Havertz getting the goal, winning 4-2 on aggregate. And yeah, listen, man, I did think genuinely that Chelsea would have come back into this, but having seen the lineup from Rafinha, I was shocked, I was shocked, to be fair. I mean, to play Liam Delap on the right hand side, didn't make any sense to me. I could kind of see what Rafinha was doing. He wanted to kind of make it tight, and then chuck on, as he did, Cole Palmer and Esteval to try and swing the game in their favour. Big up to Fitz, big up my guy. So yeah, I could see the thinking behind what Rafinha wanted to do. But I'm sorry, man, this is a semi-final, And again, I'm not taking nothing away from Arsenal, and we'll get onto them in a minute. But I think if you're a Chelsea fan, I think even if you're the players, I think you'll be looking at that thinking, why didn't we really attack that from the start? Because I think the thing with Arsenal and what Arsenal needed to take from what Man United done to Arsenal is go and attack them. And I think Chelsea tried to stay in the game. And I know that obviously they're 1-0 behind. But I would have much rather seen a game, where Chelsea actually go for Arsenal. And if they end up conceding, at least they can come away from that game and say, well, at least we tried, innit? But I think, kind of staying in the game, keeping it tight, and then bringing on the Estevals, the Cole Palmers to try and change the flow of the game. I think in hindsight, if they go through, it's a master stroke from Rafinha. But I think if we're honest, man, I think that showed Rafinha's, I'm going to say, his inexperience in that game. Big up to Babs Wandiva as well. I'm going to say it was the inexperience from Rafinha, because, to be honest with you, man, like, they should have gone for that game. And, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of that, because, yeah, I think it was a pretty poor game in the sense of, yeah, I think Chelsea just came there not to get beat, and then it turns out they ended up getting beat in the end anyway, So yeah, man, it's crazy. But as I said, Arsenal going through, Arsenal going through, man. And again, I'm waiting for you Arsenal guys to come in there and start talking as you usually do. I am expecting you guys to show up, because, this is what you guys do. So listen, I'm here for it. Gab, which team played well? Big up to Baz Wandiva. So what I would say, it's a hard one, because Chelsea did dominate that second half, but I think Arsenal were always happy to kind of let Chelsea, play a patient game in a sense, because they were 1-0, they were 3-2 up. I think it'd have been very interesting to see if it was equal, to see what Arsenal would have done. But I think Chelsea more or less played into Arsenal's hands, because as we know with Arsenal, they're very strong in defence. And the fact that he played Liam Delap on the right-hand side was odd. João Pedro played very well. He played well. He held the ball up well. I mean, Reece James not playing was a massive miss. I think if Reece James plays, maybe it's a bit of a different game with his quality. I thought Caicedo was good. He couldn't really do much, with helping his team go through. I think Enzo was wasted out on the left-hand side. And again, it's a bit odd to see him playing there. I thought the defence was comfortable. Obviously they can see the goal in the end. But, when you're going gung-ho trying to get a goal, then these kind of things happen. So, yeah, it was mad. But I would say Arsenal just done what they had to do. You know what I mean? I don't think Arsenal played well. But when you're going into a tie and you're 3-2 up, it's up to the opposition to kind of force the issue. And the fact that Rosenior, you know, he came there really to try and stay in the tie and then use the talents off the bench like Cole Palmer and Esteval. But it didn't work, you know what I mean? And again, if it does work, you can kind of look back and say, do you know what? Fair enough, man. He done a good job, man. You know what I mean? Gav, this is so much off topic on what I'm about to ask, but is Adam Wharton better than Bellingham? But listen, if we're talking about as a footballer, it's not even close. So yeah, like again, there's not many footballers that Bellingham's better than. So yeah, it's not really surprising, man. I don't think people deep how poor of a footballer Jude Bellingham is. You know what I mean? But again, people just don't want to see it, unfortunately. Big Up Fitz says, thought that was a shit match from a neutral perspective. But yeah, it was. As I said, Arsenal didn't really have to do much, you know. Defensively, they didn't really have much to deal with, which was a shock. Because you're thinking semi-final, you know, you're thinking that Chelsea must at least go there. Chelsea must at least go there and you know, make Arsenal have to defend. But I don't think they did. You know, and then obviously the sucker punch from Kai Havertz, the old player, you know, just sealed the fate really, you know, and it's mad. Yeah, Mamba's in the house. Yeah, why are we not surprised? You know, this is what they do. Long gone are them days of Rob Holding. I hear it, man. I hear it. And listen, Saliba, Gabriel, you know, as we know, very strong defensively. They played well. Hincapié, to be fair, kept Malo Gusto out there quiet. You know, when Esteval came on, Esteval looked like he could do something, but really, there wasn't really much coming from there. Timber, as we know, you know, I think to play Enzo up against Timber didn't make any sense, really, because it's not like, I mean, I'm trying to think what can Enzo do to trouble Timber, really. You know, he's not going to outpace him. You know, it's about him probably just getting in the pockets and picking off passes. I thought the midfield was decent. You know, I thought they were decent. Gyökeres, as we know, was just nowhere to be seen. And then obviously came off. Madueke didn't really do much. You know, as we know, he's very direct, but didn't really offer that much. And then Martinelli was just Martinelli, as he does, just runs, but to no avail. But listen, they're not. I think the Arsenal fans are not going to care. You know, they're in the final. And as I said, man, like, they've now got to face off against either Man City or Newcastle. I think I'm expecting it to be Man City. And again, there's no trophy that's been won, guys. So, you know, if I'm an Arsenal fan, you know, I'm keeping it under wraps. But again, these guys are going to be talking as usual. So it is what it is. Guys, make sure we're smashing the like button. There's 10 of you watching. And there's only 2 likes. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. And make sure you share the channel as well. Barca 1-2-1 against Albacete. Yeah, Yamal and Araujo. Mad. Guys, let me know what you think of Arsenal. Do you think Arsenal can try and do a quadruple this season? Or is that a long shot? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? AC Milan won 3-0. Mad. Madness. Boy. Yeah, listen, Fitz, man. Do I think they're winning quadruple? Hell no. You know, but, you know, if they're going to come on there and start chatting, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? There's nothing to be surprised by, you know, but yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It is mad. But I think that game today was more down to, I wouldn't say it was more down to Arsenal. It was more down to, you know, Chelsea just playing into their hands for me, you know. I wouldn't say Chelsea got manhandled, remember. I wouldn't say they got manhandled. I just think the way Arsenal set up, you know, they're very good defensively. You know, they've got the protection from Zubimendi and Rice, you know, and then you've got two good centre backs in Saliba and Gabriel. So, and then you've got Timber as well, and you've got what's his name? You've got the left back Hincapie. So yeah, I wouldn't say they're manhandled. I think that's just you just doing too much, man. Because the amount of times João Pedro was just holding that ball up, you know what I mean? So yeah, and again, Gabriel and Saliba roughed up Pedro. Again, you watched the wrong game, man. Like you were clearly watching the wrong game, because you're only saying that because you won the game. Like, it's cool you guys won the game, but when you're coming on there lying, then it's come on, man, do better than that. Because there was no roughing up. João Pedro was holding the ball up. You know what I mean? He was. You know, they were trying to rough him up, but again, man, they were committing fouls, or Pedro was coming out with the ball. So yeah, man, I'm not sure what game you was watching, man. You maybe need to watch it again. But yeah, he wasn't getting roughed up, man. I don't know where that was. They were fouling him. I'll give you that one. They were definitely fouling him. Quadruple talk is high level banter. I hear it, Fitz. I hear it. I mean, they've got to concentrate on winning a single first. But I think you have to say at this moment in time, everything's looking good for Arsenal. You know, Carabao Cup Final, top of the league, top of the Champions League, through to the next round of the FA Cup. Listen, it's been 100% season for them, you would say, in terms of what they're still in. But that doesn't mean that they're actually going to win anything, you know. And that's why I want to know from you guys. Do you think quadruple's a realistic thing that they can achieve? You know, it's never been done before by an English club. So I don't think so. Yeah, but Mamba, listen, I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't think that Arsenal. I thought Chelsea would come back into it. I did, you know. And again, I think when I see the lineup, you know, I didn't expect the lineup that he would play that, because why he played Liam Delap on the right, and then Enzo was playing more to the left. He played Cucurella and Yoro Hato. And again, I can see the thinking behind it, but yeah, man, it kind of backfired and didn't work. So yeah, it didn't work, man. It just didn't work. But yeah, man, Arsenal go through. Arsenal go through. So I did tell you guys, man, win or lose, I'd be here. You know, so it is what it is. I hear it, Fitz, man. 3rd of Feb, exactly. 3rd of Feb, man. There's a long way to go, man, because you know I'm seeing all the celebrations from Arteta, from the players, from the fans. You know, those celebrations, man, can be quickly turned when it hits that Carabao Cup final, because, you know, whoever they play, City or Newcastle, you know what I mean? It could be very different. But let's wait and see. Let's see this. Surprised Lumi and Verbic haven't popped up yet. Yeah, I'm surprised as well, man. Who knows, man? Maybe they found shame. Who knows? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Maybe they found shame after the the um the disappearing act last time. I know Lumi came in, but she was quickly gone, man. She couldn't take the heat. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But we turn up all the time. Big up to Exedra. Big up, man. Big up yourself. The funny thing is how funny is it that it was Kai Havertz that actually got the goal as well? You know what I mean? How funny was it? Mad. Yeah, mad. Kai Havertz getting the goal, man. Who would have thought that? Who do I think was man of the match? Do you know what? That's a good question, you know. I don't really know because there weren't no one really that stood out, if I'm honest. I thought João Pedro for Chelsea was very good. Wesley Fofana I thought played decent. Oh, that's mad. Mateta's gonna have knee surgery. Hopeful of making France's World Cup squad. He's gonna have knee surgery. That's crazy. Yeah, I think for Chelsea, I thought João Pedro, Fofana was good. Caicedo is always good, really. I thought for Arsenal, I mean Gabriel and Saliba, you know, Gabriel and Saliba, you know, they're quite consistent. I thought the midfield was decent, not spectacular. I think it was just decent. Again, it's hard to say because I think Arsenal just did what they had to do, man. And the thing with Arsenal is they were always in the driving seat, and this is why when you go away from home and you set up to still be still be in the tie, you know, and you don't win. This is where you know this is where eyes are going to be pointed, fingers are going to be pointed at Rosenior for me because, you know, if Rosenior went there to try and win the game and then they got picked off, then fair enough. But he just went there to try not get beat, and then brought on obviously Esteval and Cole Palmer, and they end up getting beat anyway. So yeah, it's a semi-final, man. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, but is what it was. I can't really give you a man in the match, man. Perfect end, such a terrible game. I hear it, man. I hear it. It was a poor game, man. It was, but it was a poor game because for me it was more due to Chelsea. The way Rosenior set up, man. You know, I just can't believe he set up like that in a semi-final, man. And this is where I think he showed his inexperience, because I think a more experienced manager doesn't go into that tie like that for me, because if he set up like that and it was equal, fair enough. But to go and do that and you need to go and force the game, it is mad, really. It is mad. But this is what happens, isn't it? Pedro didn't show in the second half. Yeah, I think definitely the first half he was good. Second half, you know, he faded. But I think it was a tough game because, you know, if they would have got a goal in the first half, you know, it'd have been a different game because they can afford to be a bit more patient. But when you're chasing the game, you know, you're not really creating clear-cut opportunities as well. And this is why I think Reece James was a massive miss, because Reece James has quality. He's probably if you're looking at the top two players in terms of quality, it's probably him and Cole Palmer. And the fact of the matter is, I think if Reece James would have played, I would have bet money that Reece James would have created at least one opening, you know. But yeah, I think Pedro faded in the second half. And again, I think the fact that he started Delap and João Pedro, and then Delap came off, you know, he was ineffective. Delap, really, he's not a right winger. it was odd, man, what he did. You know, it was odd. Eze needs to do more or do better. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. It's weird with Eze because this ain't the Eze of Crystal Palace. But again, Arsenal fans are not gonna care because at the end of the day, man, they're winning games. You know, they're in finals. Everything's looking good, man. So, but yeah, Eze does need to do more. He does. I know you don't rate Bruno Fernandes, and I respect the opinion, but do you think he will stay because United want him to? Nah, he needs to go, man. He needs to go. Like, I'm just not here for this Bruno Fernandes revisionism. And a day, Bruno Fernandes has been there for how long? Yeah, and yes, if people wanna rate his GA, fair enough. I'm not a lover of rating players because they get GNA. Yeah, I've never been that, you know, and there's many reasons why. But for me, Man United just need to move on from Bruno Fernandes, you know. Again, for me, it's not about singling out individual players. My biggest problem was the manager. But the fact that Carrick's coming and we've got a team, you know, a functioning team, that's all I care about. You know, just getting us into the Champions League for next season. And then if it's not Carrick, we can, you know what I mean, we can get someone else in. But for me, we need to just go in a different direction. And the start of that needs to be Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro's going, which I'm gutted about. But again, he's going. But we need to get rid of Bruno as well. And then let someone else come through. You know, let Kobe go into that 10. And then you bring in a Baleba, an Adam Wharton, or an Elliot Anderson. You know, that's what we need to be doing. So, as I said, it's not about getting onto Bruno, but we need to move on from Bruno. It's a fact. You know what I mean? Timber is the most underrated player. Do you know what? I don't think he's underrated, if I'm honest. I think there's people out there that do rate Timber. You know, I think I've always said this. After Reece James, Timber's probably the best right back in the league. You know, I've said that. I think Mazraoui's up there as well. But for me, Reece James is number one. And then you've got Urian Timber. And Urian Timber's a very good defender. He is, you know. So, and let's not forget, Urian Timber is actually a centre-back. You know, if anyone doesn't know that, the guy's actually a centre back, but obviously he's a proper right back now for Arsenal. Big up to Foxy Danny, big up. Arsenal just got lucky tonight. I found the game boring. Yeah, the game was boring. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think Arsenal got lucky. I just think that Chelsea didn't do enough. That's the thing. You know, for me, Arsenal getting the goal at the end against the run of play, you know, these things happen because obviously Chelsea's trying to get the goal. But I think, yeah, Chelsea didn't do enough to win that game, man. And at the day, if you don't do enough to win the game, you don't deserve to go through. So, and that's what happened tonight. So, I'll say big up, but Arsenal done what they had to do. They're in the final. Let's see if they can end, was it 25, 30 years of hurt? Let's see, man. Let's see. Hincapié was solid tonight. He was my man of the match. Yeah, I thought he was decent as well. But your whole defense played well. But they didn't really have much to do. That's the problem. If Bruno plays like he has this season, I could see it, but that's a big if. Big up Exedra. But what I would say to that, Exedra, like, I'm not of the opinion that Bruno's played well because I've watched every Man United game and he hasn't. You know, Bruno has moments in games, you know, and as I keep saying, yeah, this is a guy that is on set pieces, you know, and he's playing in a position where, you know, he's going to be getting GA. Like, it is what it is, you know. So, as I said, for me, it's not about if Bruno plays like this season. If Man United wanna be a serious club again, and just go in a different direction, they have to move on from Bruno Fernandes because, you know, it's mad to think that people were saying get rid of Bruno and all of a sudden now it's keep Bruno. Like, these people's opinions change like the wind. You know what I mean? And the thing with me, I'm consistent in what I say. I'm not going to say 1 minute Bruno to go and all of a sudden Carrick's coming, he has to stay. No. Bruno has to go, regardless of what he does this season. You know, we need to go in a different direction. It's a fact. Because I mean, I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered for another season of seeing Bruno Fernandes yet again. You know what I mean? The one plus that I will give to Bruno Fernandes since Carrick has come into the club is that he's playing more of a team player. Because under Amorim, the guy was just doing what he wanted. But under Carrick, he's played more the team, you know. And the goal that that come from Sesko, yeah. Again, if anyone knows, that's not really an assist. It's not. Bruno was just the last person that passed Sesko the ball. But it's not like Sesko finished the goal first time. Sesko had to take a touch, maneuver his body, and then finish it. You know, and the skill from Bruno was good. Like, you can't take that away from him. I mean, I'd look at Calvin Bassey and think, yeah, that's poor from Bassey, because Bassey's physically stronger than him, he's quicker than him. And the way Bruno just rolled him, it was embarrassing on Bassey's side. But nonetheless, Bruno done what he had to do, you know, and then Sesko obviously made that goal, really. You know, that's what I would say. But if we're going to start saying all of a sudden now Bruno has to stay, yeah, leave me out of that, because I'm done with that, well and truly, man. You know, that'll be going backwards for me, you know, because who would I want to stay more at Man United, Casemiro or Bruno Fernandes? Casemiro, because Casemiro is a winner, he's a leader, you know, and Casemiro for me, you know, he can give a lot to the younger players in terms of what he's won, and in terms of his leadership. So yeah, man. Give us back Bassey. Listen, I think Calvin Bassey is a decent defender, but that against Bruno was poor, man. Like, I don't care what anyone says, you know. I ain't taking nothing away from Bruno, but Bruno's got no pace, no strength, and Bassey just got rolled like that. It's embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing. Like, come on. Marco Silva could set this Chelsea team up better than Liam. I hear it. I was surprised to see the lineup. I'll be honest, man. I didn't expect the lineup that he played. You know, it's concerning, really, because you're thinking that you need to win the game, but you're trying to contain Arsenal. You know, we showed basically the world how to beat Arsenal. You go and attack them, and then Chelsea come there and just trying to contain the game. It's odd. You know, and as I said, if they would have got through in the end, you know, people will be looking at that as a masterstroke. But the criticism's going to come, man, because he just went there to not get beat, and then they got beat in the end anyway. Shocking. That Sesko goal was class. I rate that finish. It was a very good goal. You know what I mean? And again, the way Sesko got a touch to the ball and manoeuvred his body, and then just used the defender to curl it round, it was a great finish, you know, and that's why with Sesko, the criticism that Sesko was getting didn't really make sense to me, because you could clearly see Sesko's got ability, you know what I mean? But again, people already made up their minds, innit? But there's an argument for keeping someone who brings numbers, especially if they're not a big detriment to the team. Big up Exedra, man. Big up, man. What I would say, yeah, this is where, yeah, things fall down, yeah, because this is the problem, yeah. We're in an era that people just care about numbers, yeah, and again, obviously, everyone's free to their opinion, yeah. But how football normally works is that if you lose someone in Bruno, yeah, that is looked at for his numbers, that doesn't mean that Man United are going to struggle for numbers. It just means that the numbers will come from someone else. That's how football works. So rather than you getting one player that dominates the GA, and let's face it, he's on every set piece as well. Let's say you lose. Let's say you get rid of Bruno, yeah, and then you bring in 2 or 3 central midfielders, and then you've got Cunha, you've got Kobe, Ahmad, Mbuemo, Xerxes, Sesko. Those numbers will be shared out between them, yeah, if you lose a Bruno. So you'd improve the midfield, and then your numbers will be shared out. That is how football works. It's not about one player that gets you numbers and you have to keep him because of that. Like, football's never worked like that. Never worked like that. Look at when look at Van Nistelrooy, for argument's sake. Van Nistelrooy, yeah, was an absolute bagsman. Van Nistelrooy, yeah. And how many titles did Manchester United win with Van Nistelrooy? Someone tell me in the chat how many they won. So guarantee you someone's gonna get this wrong. Guys, let me know in the chat how many titles you think Ruud van Nistelrooy won at Manchester United. And then I'll tell you the comparison with why you don't need to rely on someone for numbers, because numbers will come from somewhere else in the team. That's how football works. Anyone know how many titles Ruud van Nistelrooy won at Man United? Because bearing in mind, yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy was an absolute serial goal scorer. Fitz has said 2, maybe 3. Nah, listen, I think you're wrong, you know. Yeah, there you go. He didn't win a title at Manchester United, but no one would have thought that. No one would have thought that. Van Nistelrooy didn't win a single title at Manchester United, which is crazy. Yeah? So, and look at the amount of goals that Van Nistelrooy scored. So, Van Nistelrooy goes, obviously, to bring through Ronaldo. Fitz, listen, I don't think Van Nistelrooy won a title, man. That's what I'm saying. Everyone probably thought he did because of the amount of goals he scored. But I don't think Van Nistelrooy won a title, man. And then obviously Van Nistelrooy goes, you know, Ronaldo comes through. And then this is when the Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, and then the rest is history. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, it's not about it's not about just having a goal hungry or a GA merchant, you know, because that GA merchant goes, then the goals get shared around. So this is what I'm trying to say, man. So yeah, the whole Bruno Fernandes thing, I'm not here for it, man. Put it this way, yeah, I'll be very disappointed with Ineos, yeah, if somehow Bruno Fernandes stays at the club, because this is a guy that's called out Ineos, yeah, and I don't think they've forgotten about that. So, as I said, man, I'll be disappointed that Casemiro goes, but Bruno stays. We just need to revamp this whole midfield. And you get rid of Bruno, Cass is going as well. You go and bring in 2 midfielders or 3 to go with Kobe, you know, and we keep it moving. So, yeah, man, it's crazy, isn't it? Who would have thought that, man? Van Nistelrooy never won a league title for Man United. You know, and this guy was an absolute serial goal scorer. Declan Rice doing all the chanting. I hear it. Was it 1 league title he won, or was it 0? You know full well Fergie had the referees in his back pocket. Them days. Listen, Mamba, man, you're always trying to take away our shine, man. Let us enjoy our moment, man. Oh, what? Van Nistelrooy won 1 in 2003. Nah, Rude won 1 when we took off Invincibles. Okay, yeah. Okay, so 1. Well, there you go. 1 league title. Yeah, I thought it was 1. But there you go. That just tells you everything. Tells you everything, doesn't it? Big up to Dereless. Big up. Big up to Stretford M Podcast. First time in there. Big up, man. Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. All good. I'm all good. Guys, make sure we're smashing the like button. Make sure we're subbing to the channel. Make sure we're sharing the channel if you're new in there. Oh, big up to United fan. Big up, man. You changed the name, yeah? You changed the name. I hear it, man. I hear it. I hear it. How comes you changed the name anyway? What's the meaning behind it? Big up to Foxy Danny with a super sticker as well. Big up. Guys, what are you going for tomorrow, this Man City and Newcastle game? Do you think Man City hold on and make it first versus second in the Premier League final? I think the fact that City are at home, I think City will, yeah, I think the City will go through, man. I'm hoping to make a show like yours with streams about the games, hopefully this year. Yeah, big up, man. Yeah, good luck with it, man. As I said, just yeah, hope it all goes well, man. Just keep putting the work in. That's all it is. Just keep showing up, man. Liverpool big win versus City. They will score at least 3 to 4 goals. Nah, you're getting a bit carried away there, man. You know what I'd say though, man? Everything's looking good for Arsenal at the moment, though. You can't even lie, man, you know, because they're into a final now. They've got Sunderland, which will be a tough game. Which will be a tough game at home. City have to go away to Liverpool and win because it might be 9 points. You know, it could be 6, it could be 7. So City have got it all to do, man, all to do. So Arsenal are firmly, man, in the driving seat. They're firmly in the driving seat. City's gonna hemorrhage more games. We should come second in this league. Pray that Arsenal lose 4 times, maybe. Bro, I hear it, man. I hear it, but you know what it is? I think that game against Tottenham, I think City are gonna start clicking into gear now. You know, I think that game could be the game where they think, you know what? Yeah, we gotta sort it out now, you know. And I said this yesterday as well, yeah. Pep needs to play Marmoush more. He needs to rest Haaland and play Marmoush from the start, and then bring Haaland on. Because if you bring on a Haaland who's fresh, you know, and he's got the pace and he's got the strength, you know, that could help him out and start Marmoush in a few games. Because for me, Haaland looks, you know, he looks like he needs a rest, in my opinion, you know. So who knows, man, what he does. But yeah, I think City are gonna click into gear, man. As much as I would love us to get second, who knows, man? I'm not too sure. I mean, 1 game a week, we should be finishing, you know, I mean, Aston Villa now, what, we're 5 points behind Aston Villa. We should be trying to aim for them. But yeah, again, it's not gonna be easy. But let's see what happens. Gav, when is Man United playing next? So I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, but we got Tottenham next. Tottenham at home. So I'm expecting 3 points there, man. I ain't gonna lie. Expecting 3 points. You know. Yeah, I'm expecting 4 out of 4. So let's see what happens. Gav, I let 4 goals in last weekend. We lost. I was terrible, bro. Well, you shouldn't be laughing, though. You shouldn't be laughing, man. But no, listen, these things happen, innit? You know, just try and do better next time, man. That's all I would say, you know. But yeah, keep your head up. That's the main thing. Big up to Babs One Diva. Big up. Big up for the super sticker. I got gas for the sec then still. Let us know when you start the podcast, though, man. Yeah, let us know, man. If you're doing a podcast, man, I'll definitely jump on. Yeah, let us know, man. Aye, man, but let's not do that, man. About stay humble, because you know what happened last season when you started doing all that, yeah? There was tears. Gavin Fitz, what name do you like more? Stretford_end podcast or Red Devil News? Yeah, go with the Stretford End, man. Go with the Stretford End. But you know what I was gonna say to you, Stretford End, yeah? Ain't there a few other names like that? I swear there's a Stretford podcast name or something like that, and a Red Devils one. So yeah, before you agree on them names, man, try and do something a bit unique because you don't want to be having the same name as other channels, man. So yeah, check that out before you go and do that. Yeah, Villa and City are gonna keep dropping points, in my opinion. I hear it, bro. I hope not though. I hope not. I hope not, man, because I don't want Arsenal winning this league title, man. I'll be honest. So let's hope, man, City and Villa start bucking up their ideas, man. Guys, anyone know what this is? Is there any Muckle Misers around? What the hell is that? I've never heard that in my life. Man like Graham, I've never heard that. Foxy Danny says, I'm praying for Liverpool to get closer to second place. If not, I would love to see Man United win this league. Yeah, it's not going to happen, man. We're not winning no league, man. Let's put that to bed. You know what I mean? We're 15 points, I think, behind Arsenal, which is, what, 5 wins. So, yeah, let's just try and finish as high as we can, man. Solanke going to scorpion kick you guys out of the top 4. Boy, I think he might be injured, so that's not going to happen. How was you feeling at 2-2 Fulham game? Sorry, I know it's late. You know what, yeah? When Fulham equalised, yeah, I mean, what a goal it was from Kevin. Man like Kevin McAllister. If you know, you know, man. Home Alone. Like, when he put that in the top corner, yeah, I was like, do you know what? There's nothing you can do about that. I was more disappointed with the penalty that Harry Maguire gave away because, like, it was needless, really. You know, I think Lamens actually saved it anyway, and it was just dumb from Maguire. But Maguire had a good game. But what I would say, if this was under Amorim, we lose that game. The fact that we went to 2-2, you know, part of me was thinking we still got another chance in us. And then there you go with the Sesko goal. So, listen, man, things are looking good for United right now. 3 out of 3, you know, and it's just good to see United winning games, man. And, you know, playing good football. Like, that's all you can ask for. You know, if your team's playing good football, and let's say the results are not necessarily coming, there's something to build off because you know for a fact, you know, it's gonna change. It's gonna change sooner or later. Yeah? So we've gone 3 out of 3, man. So it's looking good. Big up, Alex, man. Big up. They're so bad, Gav. We might be the best playing team in the league right now. Yeah, I'll go with that. I mean, yeah, I don't see no one else playing good football right now. So yeah, I'd go with that, man. It's not really a surprise because since Carrick's come in, man, I've enjoyed it, man. I'm not gonna lie. The Man City game was the way we played against Man City. Like, I've never seen a Man United team do that to a Man City team since they've come into this inception with the money. I've never seen it. Like, we literally played them off the park, man. Like, it was mad, you know. But the game could have been very different though if Dalot would have got sent off, because to me he should have got sent off. But listen, big up to the ref, man, because he kept him on the pitch. Maguire made 3 massive mistakes in the 10 minutes. I can't remember, you know. I can't remember. What was that? What was that before the penalty was given away? I can't remember. Actually, can't remember. I have to check it, man. Oh, you went to the game, yeah? Okay, big up, man. Gav, it was my birthday. I was there, bro. And when Kevin scored, I almost broke my hand punching the sea. Yeah, I hear it, man. I hear it. But what I would say, man, a goal like that, man, you can't really be getting upset, man, because them kind of goals are not scored too often, innit? So listen, your hand's more important, man, than the seat. So yeah, relax, man. That was actually a good finish. So yeah, you can't even hate on it, man. You know, can't even hate on it. Alex, maybe something like Old Trafford Talk, Mancunian Way, Mank is Red podcast. Yeah, they're definitely better names, man. I would definitely say that they're definitely better names. Um, I think the Old Trafford Talk one's pretty dead though. That's pretty dead. Mancunian Way, Mank is Red podcast. Yeah, that's a better one. I don't mind that one. Mank is Red podcast. Yeah. I hope we win against Tottenham. I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I know Tottenham got a draw against Man City, you know, but the fact that we're at home, I'm thinking, listen, 3 points, man, is a must. 3 points is a must. You know what I mean? Yeah, 3 points is a must, but we have to wait and see, man. I mean, the team he's gonna play, it wouldn't even surprise me if he goes with the same team that he played against Fulham. I think he goes with the exact same team. I can't think of anyone he changes. I mean, I know Sesko got the goal, but I don't know. Is he going to bring Sesko from the start? I'm not too sure. He missed the clean header that led to a clean shot for the Fulham player. I can't remember that one, you know. Yeah, the penalty was poor. I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, the penalty was poor, man. But listen, Maguire's been good, man. So I'm not really going to crash it on Maguire, man. He's been very good, you know. But for me, I just want to get this season out the way, you know, and just get Champions League football, and then we can really start the rebuild next season. Because for me, again, it's not even a rebuild. It's just getting the midfielders sorted out. Because I'm saying this now, yeah, manager and midfield, we should be challenging for the title next season. I'm dead certain on that one. Mm. Gav, what would Carrick need to do for you to be Carrick in, like, give him the job? Yeah, listen, I've already touched on this already. And again, it's not even being Carrick in. You know, I don't really do that kind of stuff. Carrick in, Amarim out. I don't really do that, you know. But the thing with Carrick, I think you have to look at the fact that we just want to see good football at this club, yeah. And the fact that we're seeing that Carrick's picking up, you know, the results as well at the moment. Again, if he gets Champions League football and we continue playing good football, then it's going to be difficult to kind of say to Carrick, look, you can't have the job. You know what I mean? But for me, if it's a case where we get Champions League football, but we get in there off of luck and we scrape through, then maybe you look at it and say, yeah, let's try and get a big hitter manager and take us on. But I'm not of the opinion to just get rid of Carrick because there's other managers out there. Because if Carrick's doing a good job, why would you change it? You know? And imagine next season if Carrick does get the job, he's got money to spend. You know what I mean? So, and then we'll see what he wants to do. You know, I'm looking at what he wants to do with Joshua Zirkzee as well, because if anyone knows Carrick from management side of it, he likes playing with a false nine. So, you know, Xerxes back fit again. Is Xerxes going to get more game time? You know, because the players that I want to see play, the Cobbies, the Amads, they're playing. You know, Xerxes is another one I want to see get more game time. Lenny Yoro and Heaven, I want to see get game time, and Mazraoui. But again, it's hard to kind of change them when the team's winning. So, yeah, it's not for me. It's not about changing the manager just for the sake of it. You know, if Carrick's getting us Champions League football and continuing playing good football, then why would you change him? That's the thing, man. You know. But yeah, let's wait and see, man. You know, he's 3 wins out of 3, and let's see what he can do after that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season, man. I'm looking forward to the World Cup. I'm looking forward to hearing the squad announcements. So when that happens, man, we're gonna do a nice good stream on that one, man. Just going through all the squads. Um, and then next season, man, because yeah, I think next season will be good because I'm looking at the midfielders that are going to be available, and we have to be getting at least two as a minimum. You know, I want three, but two as a minimum. You know, so Anderson, Baleba, and Stiller next season. A centre back like Van Hecker. Do you know what Van Hecker? That's a shock. That's a surprise when you come out of Van Hecker. To be fair, because I've seen a lot of him at Brighton. You know, I didn't think he'd be someone that would be looked at. If I'm honest, but in terms of centre backs, yeah, it's difficult because if someone does leave, then that's when United for me have to go and get someone. But if you look at the pairing now, one sec, let me see. Yamal again, what a finish. Great finish. Great finish. You know, one centre-back that I've wanted Man United to sign for years, but it's not really a possibility, you know? Ronald Araujo. I think I rate Araujo highly, man. I know he's had a lot of injuries and that as well, but I rate him highly. I think he's a very good defender. Things I liken him to Van Dijk, you know, not Van Dijk now, but Van Dijk obviously in his prime, you know. But I think in terms of centre backs, it depends really because Euro, Heaven, De Ligt for me, they're three that have to be part of the future. And then if you look at Maguire and Martinez, I would say at least one of them has to go. You know, but again, if you want to go and focus on other areas, then maybe you just keep all five of them. You know what I mean? Who knows? But Anderson, Baleba, and Stiller. Yeah, I hear it. I mean, I'm surprised Wharton's not in there, you know. But as long as we get two midfielders from those three, or and a Wharton involved in that, then yeah, we'll definitely be onto something, man. Do you think Ollie could come and help him as assistant? Ollie come and help Carrick. How's Ollie going to help Carrick? How's Ollie going to help Carrick? I mean, he can help him put out the cones. I don't know. But in terms of Ollie helping Carrick, man, nah, they went head-to-head for the job and Carrick won it. So, yeah, that ain't going to happen. Gav, who do you think has been the best player so far in this Premier League? That's a good question, you know. Who's been the best player in the Premier League? I'd probably say Ekatike, funny enough. Yeah. Ekatike has probably been the most consistent. Yeah. Because I look at Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal have had anyone really that's played well consistently throughout the whole season to a high level. You know, I think they've had some good performances, but I don't think there's no one that's been outstanding. City, I mean, Haaland gets goals, but he hasn't been that great, really. Cherky's been good, but again, he come into the team a bit late. Yeah, that's difficult, you know. That's not easy. I'll probably have to say Ekatike. Yeah. I'll probably say Ekatike. But again, anyone in the chat, man, who do you think's been the best player this season? Yeah, listen, Fix, man. Just take the notes, man, because when he eats his humble crumble, man, we'll definitely be here. Murillo, yeah, Murillo. Big up Stratford End. Yeah, I spoke about Murillo. I've actually got Murillo on my FIFA career mode, actually, funny enough. You know, because I look at left-footed centre-backs, yeah, and they're a rarity. And if you've got someone like that in the Premier League already, that could be bought for a decent price as well. So yeah, Murillo for me, you know, having that Brazilian flair as well, I'll definitely take Murillo. But the Murillo one can only happen really if Lissandro goes, really. Because if you've got Heaven, you can't be bringing in Heaven and have Lissandro there and then Murillo. So Murillo or Maguire need to go if there's going to be any defensive reinforcements, really, you know. But who knows? If we're talking about a partner for De Ligt, the dream is Schlotterbeck. Nah, I don't know about Schlotterbeck fits, man. I don't know. I'm likening Schlotterbeck to, I mean, there ain't really much difference between Schlotterbeck and Lissandro for me. I like Bastoni, but we're not gonna get Bastoni. Like Bastoni will end up at, you know, why Liverpool didn't target Bastoni doesn't make any sense. But Bastoni for me, he'll end up at if he does leave Inter, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. You know, he'd end up at one of them teams. So, because Bastoni's very good, but I don't think we'll get him. And yeah, Schlotterbeck for me isn't a signing that I would say, yeah, this guy has to start. You know, if I look at Murillo, yeah, and Murillo for me, you know, I'll be very surprised if there's no teams in for Murillo next season. Because I think he's someone that can go and start at many of the top teams. You know? But yeah, I don't think that about Schlotterbeck personally, man. Yeah, Carrick's is a good coach, man. He is. But I've watched Van Hecker for a while. His defensive instinct is unreal. Yeah, the thing is, I think Van Hecker's good, but the Van Hecker one doesn't make sense when you've got the defenders that we have. Because is he better than De Ligt? No, he's not. Euro needs to come into his own next season with the amount of money that we spent on him. Heaven's young. This is what I'm saying. If you're gonna get rid of Lissandro and get rid of Maguire, let's say, then Van Hecker will be a possibility. But for me, does Van Hecker come in and displace a De Ligt or a Euro? I don't think he does. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. We need to be, if you're going to get rid of a Maguire or a Lissandro, if you do bring in a centre-back, they need to comfortably come in and just be threatening to start. You know what I mean? So you guys need to be challenging us in the next couple of seasons at the top, back to the good old days. Listen, not only will you guys not win the league, man, but listen, if we would have sacked this Ruben Amorim time ago, we'd have been challenging you guys long time ago, man. I'm telling you. Because to think that Carrick's come in now and we're, what, 15 points off of you? And I think Fitz ruled off the games that, yesterday, the games that we should have won, really, would be top. So, fine margins, as they say. I love Van Hecker. I just feel Brighton will never give us two of their starting 11 players without paying 200 mil. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're not going to pay 200 mil, man. But, yeah, listen, I think Van Hecker's good, but he's not someone that I'm thinking we're going to go for, really. You know? I can't see it. For me, Cunha, Ekatike, and Dorgu. Cunha hasn't been that great this season. Ekatike has. But Dorgu's been good, I would say, lately. You know, but I hear it. Big up to Clock Enders. Yeah, listen, man. You guys are in the final. Just let you know, man. It's not a trophy yet, though. So, let's see what you guys do, man. But I think you get into the final. It wasn't really what Arsenal done. It was more what Chelsea didn't do for me. So, you know. Casemiro's been very good this season. Very good. But if I had to pick one player, it probably has to be Ekatike, if I'm honest. I think he's been the most consistent throughout, you know, in his debut season as well. I can see the Schlotterbeck and Lissandro comparison, but Schlotterbeck is more consistent for me. Plus leaves room for Angel. Angel? Who's Angel? Angel. Oh, I think you mean Heaven. I'm thinking, who the hell is Angel, man? I'm just it's racking my brains. Who the fuck's Angel? But yeah, no, listen, I hear it with Schlotterbeck, but I'm more thinking, is there really much difference between Schlotterbeck and Lissandro? That's the point I'm making. You know, if there's a clear difference in that Schlotterbeck is just clearly better, then I hear it. But I don't think, it's unanimous, really, man. So that's where I'm with it. I actually do think Murillo is better than Lissandro. Murillo's physical. He's got pace, good left foot. He's good on the ball. He's good in the wide areas as well because he's got the pace and the strength. So he's clearly an upgrade for me on Lissandro. I know Lissandro's played well lately, but I think Murillo can be better than him. So that's what I mean. Bastoni's better, you know what I mean? But we're not gonna get Bastoni. So yeah, it is what it is, man. If my recollection is right, Gavlar, that's one predicted result out of 6. Christ's sake, don't go betting, boy. Yeah, listen. I expected you to come on, because you was crying last time, when we beat you. So listen, you can have your time, man. I don't even blame you because it's been a long time. You guys ain't won nothing in how many years? So I can't even blame you coming on there and just chatting the most. I can't even blame it, man. Because when we beat you guys last week, or last week, week before, I understand it was tough for you, man. It was meant to be, but it is what it is, man. Just know that I've still got the receipts as well, yeah? So just keep it coming, man. Keep it coming because we'll see who has the last laugh. That's what I'm going to say. Challenging us. You're shopping at Audi, mate. Yeah, listen. Don't knock Audi, man. Don't knock Audi. Come on. Don't knock Audi. Aiden Heaven, yeah, yeah. That's a point. Yeah, Calafiori didn't even play either. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Arsenal's back line is full of centre backs. Madness. I've never seen it. Their whole back line centre backs. That shit's gonna catch up with them very quick. Arsenal fans celebrating Chelsea players. There's no shame in the world. But this is the thing. This is the thing, Exedra. I'd advise you to go back and watch the stream I done with Fitz and Jonas, man, last week when we was just cooking Arsenal. The amount of nonsense that these guys were coming out with. But listen, I can't even blame them for being happy, man, because it's been tough times for that fan base. Losing Van Persie to us, Van Persie win us a title. We took Sanchez as well. City took Clichy. They took Adebayor. Adebayor scored and celebrated in front of them. They took Nasri as well. Pretty sure there was someone else. Bakary Sanya, another one. So yeah, listen, man. Arsenal been through the mud, and they're gonna continue being through the mud. So yeah, listen, just bide your time, man. It's all looking very good. It's all looking very good. You got Mamba, he's on cloud 9. Clockender's in his element. He was crying last week. Lumi Rain, just don't stop sending these messages, just telling us how good her players are. All this rubbish, you know what I mean? Listen, let them have their time because I promise you, yeah, when it's all said and done, let's see how many trophies this team will have on the table. Let's just see. Because I've heard quadruple. Yeah? And that dream is still alive, by the way. But let's just wait and see, innit? Let's just wait and see. So, yeah, man. Madness. You promised us a Leeds result. I did, man. I thought Leeds would at least get a draw against you, but yeah, you guys done well, man, to dispatch of them. I get it, man. You lot won the Leeds trophy. I hear it, man. I hear it. But listen, you've still got a long way to go, man. There's what, 14 games left to go. You still got to play City at the Etihad. You've got to play Brentford away. You know, you've got to play North London derby. Listen, let's just see, man. Let's just see. Let's just see. Gav, when does the World Cup start? I can't wait for you to cover it. It should be epic. So yeah, it'll be at the end of the season. I think about what, June? Is it June time? Might be or something like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to World Cup, man. I'm looking forward to hearing the squad announcements. That's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. So 14 games to go, relatively straightforward run compared to City. Well, who's got a harder run, City or Arsenal? I can't even check it. I can't even check it. I'm pretty sure Arsenal's run is harder, if I'm honest, because Arsenal got to play Sunderland on the weekend, Brentford, North London derby. I swear Newcastle's in there. I know they played Newcastle already, I think. No, they haven't. Yeah, I think Newcastle's in there somewhere. Guys, anyone know Arsenal's remaining fixtures and Man City's? Put that in the chat, guys, if you can. Liverpool are going to destroy City 4-1. Boy, let's see, man. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Harry Clockenders would be top, man, if Amarin was gone before. Would be top, man. Would be top, man. Let's not do that. Bro, listen. Fitz went through it the other day, man, with the games that we dropped points under that Ruben Amorim. You know, if that was Carrick in charge, I think half of them we turn into wins and we'll find ourselves top of the league. Promise you. This Man United team are not as far away as what many fans believe. Many fans think they are. I'm telling you. That's how poor this league is, really, when you think about it. Best defense in Europe. Drink it in. Well, let's see if that. Let's see, yeah, if that means anything come the end of the season. So City have got Liverpool, Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Palace, Chelsea, Arsenal, Burnley, Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, and Villa. To be fair, I'm looking at all them games for City, yeah. Liverpool, I'm gonna say I think a point, but if they've got any title aspirations, then they go to Liverpool and win. Fulham at home, they should win that. Newcastle at home. I think is that a late game? You'd fancy them to win that. Leeds away will be tough. They should win that. Forest, I'm not sure if they're playing Forest at home or away. I think the Forest game might be. I know the Forest game's at home. Yeah, because I think Haaland scored against them away. So Forest at home, they should win that. West Ham, they're battling relegation. You know, I think they're playing West Ham away. You'd expect them to go there and win that. Palace are in freefall, so you'd expect them to win that. Chelsea, again, that'll be difficult. I think they're playing Chelsea away. You probably say a point, if anything. Arsenal at home, I think they win that game against you lot. Burnley, they should win. Everton, they should win. Depends where it is. If it's away, might get a point. Brentford, Bournemouth, you'd expect them to pick up 6 points from there. And then the last game of the season, Villa, We'll have to see what's going on. So again, man, and what's Arsenal's? What's Arsenal's? So Arsenal has Brighton, Spurs, Chelsea, City, Newcastle. The rest should be easy. Yeah, but Exedra, bro, that's not how it works, man. Because these teams that Arsenal might play might be fighting for relegation, you know, and they might pick up points. So yeah, it's not about them teams will be easy. There's no easy games, man. There's no easy games, man, come the end of the season. Because, you know what I mean? They might get positive results in them games and struggle in the other games. So, yeah, man. Again, they got Brentford. Brentford's not going to be easy away from home. No, because Brentford at home are good. So, all coming together like a little gravy boat. Boy, I hope for your sake, man. I hope for your sake. Right, guys, we're going to go for another couple of minutes. And we're going to wrap it up. If anyone's got Arsenal's fixtures, if you can put that in the chat. And guys, make sure you're smashing the likes as well. And if you're new in there, make sure you sub to the channel. Yeah, big up Clockenders, man. Big up. Let's hope you beat Sunderland on the weekend, man. Let's hope. So Arsenal got Sunderland, Brentford, Wolves, Spurs, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Bournemouth, City, Newcastle, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, Palace. I think you'll find, yeah, that is a tough running. That is. So if I'm looking at Arsenal, yeah, Sunderland at home, they're at home. You'd expect them to win that game, but Sunderland are a good team. So I think Sunderland can pick up a point. Brentford at home won't be easy. You know, Igor Thiago. I think Sharda might not be playing, but at home they're decent. So they can get a point. I think Wolves, that's away. I mean, Wolves gave them trouble in the last game, so it's not a foregone conclusion, but you'd expect Arsenal to go there and win. North London derby. Again, anything can happen. But if you're looking at both teams, you probably say Arsenal favourites. But again, they're going to Tottenham to play them. Chelsea, again, Chelsea will probably be looking at revenge in that game. And I believe Chelsea are playing Arsenal at the Emirates again. So maybe Rossini might have learned from that game tonight. Brighton, I think that's away, I believe. Yeah, Brighton away. Again, Brighton away won't be easy, you know. Everton, is that a home or away? I can't remember. But that'll be a difficult game. Bournemouth, again, the game before City, you think Arsenal will go to Bournemouth. I think they're playing them away. You think they'll be trying to win that game. City, as I said, I think City beat Arsenal at home. And then the thing is, Arsenal play back-to-back against City and Newcastle. And I believe as well, there'll be Champions League games, you know, sandwiched in between them as well. And they're playing Newcastle at home. So again, that won't be easy. Fulham, I think they're playing Fulham. Are they playing Fulham at home? You know, you never know. West Ham, Burnley, Palace. I mean, them teams are fighting for relegation. So, yeah, man. It's one of them things. No easy games. Oh, Xhaka's out for the City game. For the Arsenal game. Yeah, but then you see Sunderland beat... they beat Burnley yesterday 3-0, man. So, again, Xhaka's a big miss for them. But, mate, they've been decent this season. So... I got a feeling Brian Brobby's going to cause problems for Gabriel Saliba. So they better be prepared. I'm telling you. Brian Brobby, you know. The quad is on, all right, yeah. And on that note, I feel City will trip Arsenal up in the final and then use that momentum to close the gap. Arsenal lack that grit that City, Liverpool, and Chelsea possess. Yeah, big up to an Exism. Big up, man. That's exactly what I believe. I think it's all looking good for Arsenal. You know, you can't even lie. It's looking good, you know. But, you know, the joy can turn to misery very, very quick, you know. And it's one of them things where you'd expect City to get to the final. And I expect in the one-off game, City to beat them, you know. And that will dent Arsenal's confidence. And City know that they've got to play them as well. So that will create doubt into Arsenal's heads. So again, Arsenal ain't won no trophy yet, but you'd have to look at it now and say, yeah, they're in the driving seat, clearly. But there's a lot of football to be played still, man. And injuries, you know, Champions League, these things are all going to take its toll. So it is what it is. But guys, listen up. We're going to wrap it up anyway. Big up yourselves for coming on. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure you share the channel as well. And check out all the other content. And yeah, guys, as well, what I'm doing, again, if there's anything that you want to see me speak about on today's stream, they're going to be put up into chapters. So I'll be putting them up. If not tonight, then definitely tomorrow. So yeah, they'll be in chapters. So if there's anything in particular that you guys want to just go straight to, then again, you've got that option of going into the chapters. So it is what it is. But yeah, listen, we will be back. Big up to all the mods as usual. Big up to all the newcomers coming on as well. And big up to the Arsenal fans for the ones that turn up. I mean, it's not really a surprise because we know how you guys roll, but it is what it is. So let's just see if you guys can beat what's her name? Can beat Sunderland on the weekend. And if you do, that's 9 points between yourselves and City. And again, it's gonna be good for you guys. But let's wait and see, man. But yeah, big up yourselves. Should be back tomorrow probably. But just keep an eye on notifications as usual. And as I said, check out all the other content as well. Check out the Greats of the Game playlist as well. I've got a couple that should be coming out next couple of days. So yeah, keep an eye on that, man. But yeah, let's see what happens, man. But Arsenal obviously into the final, you know, beating Chelsea. For me, more down to Chelsea not showing up, or I say showing up. They didn't really force the game, you know, and I think that worked in Arsenal's favour, but it is what it is. But yeah, guys, big up to everyone. Have a good rest of the week. If I don't see you guys, I'm sure I will. And listen, we'll be back next time. Take it easy.